Cheers, and welcome to Fireside Philosophy. I'm Steve. I'm here with Mike.
Yo.
Steve.
See.
Christy. And John.
Where's the camera anyway?
Oh, two of them.
We have one here and one here.
I need
So if you just look in between two of them, it should be good.
Okay.
Today I'm drinking a little something extra by Lagunitas. It's a IPA, fruity aroma, real citrus taste.
Yeah, I like the bottle. I like the label. That was
Oh
cool.
yeah,
Something.
I wish I had the bottle now.
Yeah, it was cool.
But
What is this?
that's not it.
Fat Weasel Ale. It's pretty good.
Is that what you're drinking?
Yeah. Kind of a chestnutty, fruity finish.
You're just making shit up now.
Yeah. I
An aftertaste of almonds. Wait, no, that's
I at least looked something up on the internet.
Right.
Christy, are you drinking anything?
Pinot Noir, Tisdale.
manipulated and quite possibly is currently being manipulated by certain people. Outcome. Like just mentioned Scotland. I kind of think in the back of my head they're going to get die-bolded. They're going to have the machines show up, count all the votes, and the machines are going to make some votes disappear because that's the way they're programmed to do.
Sure.
Or add some extra.
Or add some extra. Yeah, whatever the results may be.
Or flip a 51-49.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those.
Right.
authority that can, take your rights away.
Yeah.
That can say 51%, 49%.
This
there you
group
go.
of people are immune to laws that
Right.
everyone else has to abide by.
Unfortunately, we are bound by other people's.
I want to tell something.
That's right. No, I'm not going anywhere.
Well,
What else
I
is there?
I was just listening to this awesome podcast today with Michael Humer, who is a professor at I don't know.
See you, Boulder.
Yes. And he was talking about, the love
That
or
was
leave
CU
it.
Boulder.
And it's like, okay, so because I'm supposed to participate in this violent institution with a monopoly, legal, quote unquote, air quotes, but everybody, on the initiation of force, then if I don't love it, I'm supposed to move to Antarctica.
Or
I'm
Somalia.
supposed to
Somalia.
leave
Somalia.
my
Yeah.
friends and
Right,
family,
Somalia, right.
my, whatever. But going back to the voting thing, I personally think that it is, I applaud the efforts of a minarchist like Ron Paul, because I think Ron Paul was the gateway drug to anarchism for thousands and thousands of people.
Hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, all over the
I
world.
would say millions.
Because there was a guy at Libertopia a couple of years
Yeah.
ago that said there were, in Munich,
Yeah.
Germany, he was from Germany,
Wow.
he said there were Ron Paul Lovolution signs. But I think
Wow.
it's I think it legitimizes what is essentially a criminal organization.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I
concur.
think it's begging for scraps from
Groveling.
your
Yeah.
these psychopathic political rulers.
Please, master, can I have
Yeah.
tie-dyed chains around
Yeah.
my wrists?
And I don't think
Instead
any
of the
good
black
can
one?
come hardcore on the thing of people running like a Ron Paul, like Adam Kokesh is talking about in 2020, just to run and then basically abolish the federal government.
Well,
But, I mean, I like that,
Take
just
that-
because it's education.
I mean, I'd concede that maybe you could be a little bit more effective locally. Maybe
Yeah.
there's a little bit
Yeah.
more that can be done. And you're given option A or option B, and there is no option C.
Yes.
Right. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, they're there, but they're not
me.
going to go
I'm not the
anywhere.
voter, and I do look at it as legitimizing tyranny, and but at the same time, I can see where there, in some cases, you can make
Right.
make
The
progress.
closer
towards
to the
towards
local.
liberty,
Right.
exactly,
Right.
at a more local level.
Sure.
I can
I get that.
totally see that it legitimizes tyranny. And it is where and what the culture is used to. So I think opportunity when voluntarists and anarchists don't use the system to get their information out. I think it is a powerful means to educate people. I really do. You're out there and you're talking about the Ron Paul revolution, but it's even on a local level, going to local meetings and talking about the lunacy of what they do. And getting there on a local level can be the way we can make a difference in our communities. I think one of the things that anarchists say is that if we get everybody who doesn't vote, then that will show them. Well, guys, I've run for office before, and the statistics are that most people
Don't vote.
don't vote.
Yeah.
Most people
Yeah.
that can vote, like really the numbers, if you took the numbers, most people that can vote, like over 18, don't vote. It's over 60%.
And the people that
It's-
vote shouldn't vote.
So
Well,
so
it's
we're
fear
already,
driven, right,
but it's
but-
already there. We're already at the point where
Yeah.
people aren't voting because they can vote, but they're not. So is that doing any different? Making a difference? No. So really, what can we use the system of voting for? Educating. I invite all anarchists to come and go to a meeting, and run for office just to screw the system. Not even screw, just to educate people. Not to play with the system, get people, to see the lunacy of the system.
Like Alex Fidel and
yes,
Encinitas.
he's great. Alex is awesome.
Yeah.
And it's just, but you have to do it in a way where you don't make people bad and wrong. You just kind of wake them up. You just like, guys, this is the lunacy of the system. How do you want to live?
And I guess to kind of like just kind of throw in there a little bit, like, I ran for office, and at no point at all, in any way, shape, or form, did I believe I was going to win.
Yeah.
There was no way I was going to win, and I knew it.
I believed I was going to win. Sorry.
But I knew I wasn't going to win. I knew there was no.
Well, you're still an anarchist then too,
Yeah,
huh?
I was.
There was no way I was gonna. But I felt that, okay, so around election time, people start paying attention to politics a little bit more. So if I'm the guy that's saying, this is all bullshit, don't get involved with these people because they're crazy. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And so they didn't drop as bad as it did in
That's
2006, which is really interesting, but it still did this like crater, you know?
So why didn't? So have they? Because I'm on their mailing list,
Right.
and I've written them and said, where the hell's the non-aggression principle in
It's
this?
still there. I think
this
you
is
have
all
to
political.
sign it. You have to sign
Well,
it.
Mary,
you have to sign the
You do
non-aggression.
have
You
to
still
sign it to join the party, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you still have to sign it.
Oh, well, how come so many neocons are coming that have no idea? They've
They don't
never
know what
even
it
heard
is.
of the
They may
concept.
sign something and they don't know what it is, but you have to sign it to be a part of
Because
it.
they heard Glenn Beck say he was a libertarian. That's
Yeah.
why.
Oh my
That's
god!
That's what that is. Is if you wonder where like you got all these
I think-
neocon guys showing up saying like, you know.
That's the real problem with the Libertarian Party. It's now the right wing party.
A lot of places it could get there really quick. There are still, you know, some good state parties and good county parties where it's not just a whole bunch of neocons
Yeah,
pretending
and
that
it-
they're not Republicans.
And I think
There's a
that's
few of them, not a lot,
I think that's
unfortunately.
a good problem to have, guys. That this is gone mainstream. We were waiting for this for years.
Yeah,
You
but
know, I remember
does
when I first
mainstream
got into-
mean
no,
losing your soul?
No, it doesn't. It just means it becomes a conversation that most people are talking about.
I don't
you know,
know about
libertarian
that.
becomes a it becomes a word.
Nobody has a fucking clue.
I think more and more people are
It's
understanding
Romney
what
and fucking
what
Obama.
small L libertarianism is. I really do. I think more and more people are
Really?
like, yeah.
Well, I guess I'm not
The more
hanging around those
people. I
people.
talk to, the more people who know what a libertarian is.
I saw Larkin Rose posted this. I don't remember when, but he took a survey of the friends he had on Facebook and asked them when they became anarchists. And then somebody else took all that information and formed it into a plot. And it's basically exponential.
What do you mean? Say that in a different way.
You mean since
Exponential way.
period of time?
Yeah, since the 1960s when the
Right.
Libertarian Party started,
Oh,
the number
okay.
of
Right,
anarchists
so-
has
right.
grown exponentially
Right. Okay.
every year.
Oh, like I said, Ron
Yeah.
Paul's the gateway.
Yeah,
In fact, actually,
I
that's
do.
a
I agree with that.
rip-off
Hang out
from
on the-
Larkin Rose.
If you go hang out on the
He said-
Daily Paul, you can see
Yeah.
over time. Like I was going there a while ago when there was really no anarchists, and you look at it now, and there's a healthy
You know-
population of anarchists on the Daily Paul.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
I was actually thinking about the day when we were talking about the topic. I was thinking about Ron Paul, and I was thinking that like I've heard that a lot. If you go on like Daily Paul and other like Ron Paul websites, like most of the people commenting, or at least a good chunk of them, are all anarchists. And there's like, well, hey, by the way, you're here. This is how I got from here to where I'm at now.
Oh,
You know?
yeah.
So
I've got a flyer at home that was meant to be handed out. Remember Paul came to
yeah.
Oh, I went
Alex,
there.
I went
Yeah.
there too.
I actually went to
I had
that.
I had
For
these
the hell of
flyers
it.
and actually Alex
Yeah, it was
Alex
fun.
and Kiska
Good vibes.
made 'em up.
Awesome.
and we were handing them out at the Ron Paul rally, and it's basically explaining Ron Paul's philosophy and why that leads to statelessness.
Oh,
It was
cool.
really. I still have a bunch of them at my house.
Why don't you bring it next week? So I'd like to see it.
Okay.
Would.
I've got a couple of them too. Well, maybe in a couple decades things will get really good and we'll be able to auction them off. You know, like this is how it started. Was this pamphlet for some people? Well,
I think Ron Paul will be a legend.
don't
I
worry,
really
Kiska,
do.
Alex.
I
We'll
think-
give you some of that money, or at
think
least I
this-
will.
I
But
think this
you
era.
I
guys
think
did
we
make
should-
it.
Were you here
We
last
should-
week?
Yes.
What's
I
the
was,
leftist
yeah,
say
yeah,
about
yeah.
Ron Paul?
It's the right thing to do, I guess.
Who's the left? Who's the leftist?
Right there. What's your name again? I'm sorry. Ian.
I
Ian.
think
To
Yeah.
the gentleman off camera.
I'm so glad you're here. Seriously.
Thank you.
No, I really mean that because
No,
I think
seriously,
it'll
I
make for
agree
some.
too. I think this whole all of the conversations we have are much more rich when we have another perspective or a
Totally.
different perspective from
Totally.
it all. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
I well,
Yeah.
This is how I got.
We're on that
So-
note, right? So it's authority, right? Yeah. Yeah. Voting doesn't do anything to check the notion that authority is
Is-
fallacious.
Yeah.
right. If you could vote for the local head of the Bloods or the Crips in your neighborhood,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Would
Well, if they,
would you do
if,
that?
If they actually gave me value in my life, I might.
You mean
Vikings
like not
versus
kill you?
Crusaders,
Yeah,
A or
look,
B.
if
Pick
they
one.
if they provided protection,
Okay.
if they provided
Which is-
something that I might pay
what-
for, sure, I might do that.
Well,
Yeah.
like
The
I
state
might.
is inherently violent.
But I'm just saying, but yeah,
It's a
if
criminal
they gave me
organization,
a
just like the
value,
Bloods or
right?
Crips.
yeah,
But if
except
they
Or the
gave me
mob.
value
except
for
they're
my
nothing.
money,
At least they offer good shit, probably chicks,
That's right.
and drugs and stuff.
Check A
You think
for
the,
Borgia,
you think
check
the
B
government
for
doesn't
Medici.
offer chicks and
Yeah,
stuff?
they
Yeah,
offer
so
little
really,
boys, and
yeah.
this is
You
the
just have to be
lowest common
in the
denominator.
connection to get the chicks and drugs, you know.
Well, actually,
Or the guys
Who's
and drugs.
who's the number one supplier of
Yeah, it is government. We know that.
from
Drugs.
Afghanistan?
oh yeah, that's why the heroin imports have spiked.
Yeah.
Because
Since-
you got U.S. Marines guarding opium fields.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And
kinda,
it's on YouTube, folks.
Uh-huh.
Geraldo
Look that up.
Rivera,
We're
Fox News.
not
Woo.
full of
Well,
it,
no air
yeah.
quotes.
that happened.
It's for
That's
real.
a thing.
It's like, why are they guarding the opium fields, the poppy fields?
I
Poppy.
wonder. They're not.
But there's no
destroying them.
coincidence there. See, there's no connection at all. Do not connect the dots.
Do not connect two dots that are glaringly obvious. You
Never.
Know, like,
Do not follow the money. Do not.
You've never heard the word Tim Osman?
Who's Tim Osman?
Osama bin Laden?
Is that his name?
Yeah,
Pseudonym.
Tim Osman is the pseudonym that the CIA gave him when they were working with each other.
Really? No.
back
I
in the
didn't know
80s.
that. I did not.
I just loved how after 9/11, the pictures and videos of him, he kept getting younger. Never mind that he'd been on dialysis and the CIA had said he died of kidney failure in what
2001.
But we were talking about
In
voting.
December.
That was-
Yeah,
and so
voting. I
interesting.
was thinking of
So
the same
so
thing.
we're
Oh.
talking about voting, and I'm sitting there
Right.
thinking that like, so if 51% of the population said, okay, robot sex is
want
bad.
robots!
Right, 51 said robot sex is bad, but there's 49% of the population that says robot sex is okay.
fleshies.
Yeah, and maybe fleshies could have sex
They
with
have to
robots.
force
Would that
you.
be
They're gonna
okay?
force
And would we
you.
honor that if that were such the
They're gonna
vote?
force
The
you to
vote,
robot
right?
sex.
You know.
No. Well,
But-
because I'd be one of the fleshies.
So
I like
so
humans.
next
No.
next
I'm
week
not
we're talking
into-
about robot
I think it's
sex.
time to.
You know what?
force
You know
people
what?
to robots.
I-
We're out of time.
See, I'm into the human connection personally. So.
We'll have to talk about robot sex another time.